Hi, this is Dee at Aloha Astro. Let's take a look at the forecast for the moon transit in Cancer on Monday, September 15th. Heightens emotional sensitivity and amplifies the dramatic expression of feelings, with times of feeling the full range of lows and highs, or an almost comedic mix, resulting in the I didn't know whether to laugh or cry sentiment, as the moon forms a semi-square aspect with Venus in Leo, and a square aspect with Neptune retrograde in Aries, conjunct Saturn retrograde in Pisces. Saturn, a sobering planet of work, responsibility, and reality, and Neptune, an inspiring planet of fantasy, illusion, and escapism, top off a kite aspect pattern that embodies a grand trine of the Sun, Mercury, and the South Node in Virgo, Uranus retrograde in Gemini, and Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, while also participating in a mystic rectangle with Jupiter in Cancer and the Sun, Mercury, South Node, and Pluto. Venus in Leo steals some serious limelight from the Cancer moon, influencing you to get caught up in the drama, whether happy, sad, mad, or passionately romantic, as it forms a sextile with Mars in Libra, a trine with Chiron, and a square with Uranus. The Virgo planets quincunx to Chiron and opposing Saturn and Neptune can be used to reel you back to a neutral or functional state when you swing too wildly from one extreme to another today, as they remind you that it's all stories we act out and roles we slip in and out of to create the reality we see around us. And when we choose to change what we think and say, the scene we see and find ourselves in reflects that back to us. The power to manifest is strong today, but the current is inconsistent and unsteady, and the square between the moon and Saturn conjunct Neptune, as well as a grand square of Mars, Jupiter, Chiron, and Pluto, indicate that what you fear or dislike, resist or complain about may be what you manifest more of, or more easily, than what you truly desire. So do be mindful of your thoughts and moods, and don't cling to the sad, mad, or bad feelings out of a need for attention, sympathy, or pity. Find something to be happy or grateful for, or lighten up and laugh at how much stranger real life can be than fiction or theater. So, here, well, I just lost it. Let's go back to it. Chart of the day. All right, September 15th. Here's the moon. A little bit of energy being exchanged, undercurrent, with Venus in Leo. Venus in Leo, meanwhile, is kind of, acting up and acting out as it squares Uranus in Gemini. And there's that kind of crazy communication that can pop up, or the unexpected outbursts of energy. The moon squaring both Saturn and Neptune, and we have a mix of Aries fire and Pisces water. So we've got a whole bunch of steam and bubbling and boiling and mist and all kinds of stuff going on emotionally with that moon making that square. And those planets in turn are opposing the Sun and Mercury. By the way, the South Node is there at 18 degrees. I just don't have it toggled on, but it's always opposite the North Node. Also do not have Chiron toggled on. Let's get that in and get them toggled on, just so we can see it. All right, there we go. So now we can see the full effect of that grand square. And we get the idea here that our unconscious behavior, our default programming, the stuff we do habitually, is sitting there in Virgo right now with the South Node. And where we are meant to be directing our attention and learning the lessons is over here with the North Node. And we do have this grand trine and overall bigger kite aspect pattern, as well as Neptune, Saturn, the North Node interacting with Jupiter, the Virgo planets, and Pluto in a mystic rectangle. And a mystic rectangle gives us the ability to make things happen where other people say, no, that can't happen, or you can't do that. It usually gives us a little bit of, I don't know if it's determination as much as a disregard for what other people are saying. Like, yeah, no, I'm going to keep going. I'm good. I'm all good. You can go do it your way. I'm going to do it my way. And I know it's all going to work out. So we have such an interesting mix today that it really depends upon which planets you want to utilize, lean into, what you're going to choose for your thoughts and feelings for the day, and they will want to pull you into the more, like, oh, woe is me, or this is just so terrible, or why can't I ever have what I want, or how come they have that and I don't. The comparing, the complaining, the looking at the yuck instead of looking at the good. And there's so much good to look at with that mystic rectangle, the grand trine, and the kite. So much points back to Venus doing her best work there. And that can come through relationships and, go connect with people, go talk to people, share your ideas, your plans, your stories, talk to people authentically, open up and share your feelings, but bring a little of that Virgo logic and detachment in, and that is available to you. It definitely, after things get stirred up with the squares all over the place, this is very grounding and anchoring and can help you get back into a more calm and peaceful state of beingness where it works for you on the spiritual level and it works for you on the material level with both Saturn and Neptune conjunct. You have to kind of be good in both places today to make the most of the grand trine and kite and to make the most of the mystic rectangle. If you're all just caught up in the material, or you're stuck just in your emotions and your needs and all of that, and you can't create that little space of detachment that allows the mystic rectangle to come in and bring in the willpower, the feeling that you already have what you want, that this is possible, it can happen. If you stay stuck, then you're not going anywhere, and what you want will not manifest and materialize. And you definitely don't want to go share, like, if you're all glum, gloom and doom, unhappy, stressed, worried, fearful, whatever, be careful who you share that with. It's one thing to go share it with somebody whose job it is to help make you feel better. It's another thing to go and, complain to your best friend or partner or somebody at work or whatever, and just spread all of that around and bring other people down along with you. Don't be the drowning person that comes and pulls everybody else under when they come to save you. That's the danger that's in there in the squares and the opposition that we have today. If you are seeking help, go to the person who's trained to help in that particular area where you need the help. If anybody comes to you for help and you cannot handle it, then don't allow yourself to be pulled under. Direct them to somebody else or somewhere else where they can receive help. So that's an interesting nuance that I did not bring up in the interpretation of today. But it makes sense because the feelings are going to be coming up and out. And for a lot of people, that will be some of the yuckier feelings, the unhappy feelings. If you're bringing them up for healing, good. If you're bringing them up for purposes of getting pity, sympathy, or using it for manipulation, then not good. And it's going to backfire on you. It will not work today. So make the most of that nice, happy grand trine and kite and mystic rectangle. And when you catch yourself in not so good feelings, replace them. First observe, then put something else in there, substitute something else in there. If you are really stuck, go find a counselor. All right, take care, stay safe, and I'll be back again tomorrow.